Hi, my name is Scott Hebert. I am a teacher in Fort Saskatchewan, which is a city in Alberta, Canada, and I teach grade 8 science and social studies predominantly. When the pandemic hit in March, I'll never forget that our Minister of Education went and did a press conference on Sunday around 4 o'clock, and we found out that we were going to be going to virtual teaching literally within the next 12 hours. So it was a big, huge change for us. But I would really got to commend teachers from around our province because they did an incredible job to literally take a program built for an in-class experience and transition it to an online. Even though it's defined as an emergency situation, I'm really proud of the way my colleagues and myself handled it. Now, it's a bit different for me because I do in my class a unique kind of pedagogy called gamification, which, if you're unfamiliar with it, means I take the principles and concepts of psychology behind gaming and game mechanics, and I apply it into a non-game scenario. So for example, at school, this is the same principle as you buy products with the chance of winning prizes, or sticker cards from businesses, or rolling up a rim or scratching a ticket to look for prizes. So that's kind of a real simplistic view of it. I then bring in story and narrative. So now I actually use little to no technology in my classroom, and I had to figure out a way to now revert back and bring technology because that's how we were viewing our students. So it was a bit challenging, but during the pandemic, I started to do things like a virtual game shows, which were very popular with the kids, using a little bit of Zoom and Pear Deck and other types of programs. I was able to create digital game boards that kids could live and interact with. And I was then able to take Zoom and have them see what I needed them to see. So whether it was game boards or myself or each other to discuss questions. So it was actually turned out to be a pretty unique experience for the kids to show the power of collaboration that can occur even if you are not face-to-face, because that was something that I emphasized a lot in my classroom actually. I also did things like, I have something in my classroom called a battle board, which is essentially a giant game board. And when I say large, I mean it's about 4 feet by 8 feet. And it actually extends onto the border of my classroom, and it's about 50 feet long. So when I had to take this was a place where kids can go deeper into curriculum. So as they're working on assignments, what they're able to do is they are able to earn roles to move a little game piece around that can interact with different elements of the environment. Like someone might need your help, because in the classroom, we all know that with all the pressures of time and the various commitments, it's hard to get to every single curriculum goal and assignment and the detail that you would want. So that being said, I had to figure out a way to digitize this. So instead of moving a physical game piece to interact with another one who might need you to build a first-class lever to lift a heavy boulder, or determine the viscosity of liquids in order to, put out a fire or something to that effect, I had to figure out a way to do this digitally. So using some online resources, I'm a big proponent of free resources and sharing my resources with other teachers, because I believe that's one of the best ways that we can expand. We shouldn't be expected to be going into our own pockets every single day to support our own programs. So I found some great free resources online, and I built digital versions of this where students could answer questions in Zoom meetings like this. I could check for understanding after a lesson. They would roll digital dice, and they would move a virtual game piece by giving them control of my computer, which is a pretty neat little thing that kids enjoyed. And they were able to move their little game piece and still have the face-to-face interactions with their groups, or guilds as they're called in my class, to move around, still diving deeper into that curriculum. So when it came to, from virtual game shows to these digital boards, it was a lot to do in kind of a 24 to 48 hour period, but we were able to take our program and digitize it to the best of our ability.